Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela with another edition of Notes on the News, where I share with you headlines mostly and my commentary on the headlines, which may be based on just having read the headline, or I may be an expert on the subject, or anywhere in between. But it's not the news, it's just my notes on the news. So let us proceed. AFL player Broad sorry for sharing topless woman photo. So I'm not sure how he got the photograph, but the woman did not give him permission to share the photograph. And so he apologizes. But he knew that she didn't give him permission. I don't know. It get same SSDD, same stuff, different day. I just get kind of tired of people feeling like they do whatever they want to do and then apologize. And I think that there are some people in the world who do things and are sincerely apologetic and sorry. And, you do things, you make a mistake, and you realize after the fact that you made a mistake. Or even right as you're hitting send, you're like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. And it's a sincere apology. But maybe I'm getting jaded in my old age, but I just be so tired of hearing the same shit, different day. Same story, different day. Lightning storm blazes across Queensland skies, and the imagery was really beautiful. But is a lightning storm some new weather thing that's going on that we have to be concerned about? I mean, I'm just wondering. It was really beautiful to look at, but what does it mean? What does it mean? Gayle, cricketer, wins Sydney defamation case. So this person who's a cricketer, meaning he's a professional athlete who plays cricket, we don't know much about that in the States, but it's big in other parts of the world. So his name is Gayle, and someone accused him, if I recall the story correctly, of he was getting a massage, and I think someone else was in the room as well, and the person accused him of exposing his penis to her. The massage therapist accused the athlete of exposing his penis to her. And so that's the kind of story where, you don't really know what to think. I could imagine it going both ways, where he's just getting a massage and maybe she doesn't see his penis at all, because a lot of times when people get massages, they just have a man would just have a towel wrapped around their waist, and maybe he doesn't see her penis at all. Maybe sometimes, during the course of a massage, someone may, just human physical nature may get an erection, and it may not be a sexual thing. It may just be, physiology or whatever they happen to think about at the moment or whatever. And so as a massage therapist, you see and get exposed to a lot of stuff, and you sort of, your discretion tells you, when someone has crossed the line, and kind of, you have a sense of what's really going on with people sometimes. Or I could see a situation where he hey, look at my wee, but anyway, he was cleared. He won the case, saying that she had defamed his character. He was black. I don't know if the massage therapist was white, and what the story was. I don't even know what country it was. But anyway, Betsy DeVos might scale back loan assistance for students defrauded by for-profit colleges. So again, I think this is another case of Obama-era legislation saying, look, if you went to a private college and you borrowed money to go to this private college and you were defrauded by this private college, we're going to waive that money. You don't have to pay that money back because you were scammed. And so Betsy DeVos is saying, or trying to say, or thinking about saying that, you don't have to pay back all the money, but you could pay back some of the money. Okay. What's next? October 29th, 1969, Judge Julius Hoffman ordered Bobby Seale gagged and bound to his chair in court. Gagged, like they put something in his mouth, they did something so that he could not speak, and then they bound him to a chair in court. What the kind of BS is this? Selena Butler, founder. People calling on my phone. These people who call and call and call and don't leave messages. And then I have my area. I said this the last time probably, but my area code is not the same as where I live. So I get all of these calls from the area code of my phone, and the people don't leave a message. That's some marketing. I can't stand that. Selena Butler, founder of the National Congress of Colored Parents and Teachers Association. I wonder if that organization still exists. Selena Butler. Oh, my knee. My knee. Look at my hair, y'all. I really need to detangle. But it's like, I don't have time. I got so much stuff I need to do. But I'm going to have to find time. So what I did is I untwisted it, and then I'm going to, I'm just going to do it section by section. Then I'm going to wash it. So like my wash day is going to be like wash days. I don't know when I'm finally going to get a chance to wash it. Unita Blackwell, civil rights activist and first black woman elected mayor in Mississippi. New high-speed submarine cable will connect South Africa to India by 2019. Submarine? So are people going to be traveling by submarine? Like, oh, I'm going to take the submarine over to India or over to South Africa. When I was in India, a lot of people were asking me if I was African. I'm like, I'm from America. They like, oh, are you African? I'm like, I'm African descendant. They like, where in Africa do you live? And they were talking to me Kiswahili. So I was thinking they were thinking that I was East African, and that East Africa, I need to look on a map. That's so ignorant of me. I was thinking that maybe East Africa is a part of Africa that's closest to India. But now I'm inspired to go look on a map because maybe South Africa is closer to India. Or maybe it's just that South Africa is a wealthier country. I don't know what the situation is. I just thought, I'm like, submarine? So we're going to be traveling by submarine? Strong storm kills 6 in Germany, Poland, and Czech Republic. Just another weather thing. Not to say the 6 is a small number, but relative to some of these numbers that we're hearing for events, it is relatively small. But if I lost somebody who was one of the 6, it wouldn't be small for me, Catalan independent Spain prosecutor calls for rebellion case. So y'all know things are unfolding in Catalan. So they done taken away, like they had some independence. It's sort of like how Barnard is part of Columbia University, but Barnard College still has its own board of directors and its own administration. And that's how I think Catalan was. Like it was part of Spain, but it was still independent. And so now that independence has been stripped away because Spain is like, we don't like what you did. Catalan, some of the people in Catalan are like, we independent, we declare our freedom, we declare our rights to be free. And Spain is like, nah, y'all ain't free, and y'all can't decide nothing no more. So I really wish I could talk to somebody progressive or someone who I could trust to like give me like the story, like what's really going on over there. Interview, Mrs. Haiti International on feeling beautiful, female friendships, and life-changing books. I love a woman who talks about books. I didn't get a chance to click on the article. I clicked on it, but it was taking too long to load. I ain't got time. One day, though, I'm going to have time. Today, I got time. I like when people say that, although I don't never have no time for no bull. I don't have time for no bull. I always have time for the positive. It will take years for California to recover from the devastating wildfires that destroyed nearly 9,000 structures and killed 42 people. So 42 it's a big number. A Prayer Before Dawn trailer. First look at Joe Cole starring Thai prison drama. Only 60% of a cow is actually used for food. Here's the weird stuff that happens to the other 40%. Judge accuses overweight teen victim of liking the attention from a man who sexually assaulted her. I feel like that's a whole conversation right there. Mogadishu hotel attack leaves 23 dead. Police and intelligence chiefs fired. So Mogadishu is where in Somalia where three, four, 500 people were killed in a terrorist attack last week, within the last 2-3 weeks, right? I need to get my numbers straight, but yeah. Um, Thailand enshrines ashes of King Bhumibol Adulyadej, Yadesh, I don't know. I don't know what this dog is in the backyard doing. Poor people are running out of places to live. So it's talking about how there's like less and less affordable housing for low income people. I think in New York City, they say basically if you make less than $33,000, you can't really afford to live in New York City. Puerto Rico, Whitefish energy grid deal to be scrapped. Good. Y'all know what that is, right? That's the company that had 2 employees. They got like an $800 gazillion contract to fix the power grids or the power wires in Puerto Rico. And then when the governor said something, and it was a no bid process, like somebody just gave them the job, there was no bid made. So, and they have not done jobs of this magnitude before. And there's some connection with them and someone who was in a decision making position. Is that correct? Maybe I just made that part up. But the whole thing looked real fishy, Whitefish. It looked like some whitefish fishiness. So when the mayor of not Puerto Rico, but the mayor of San Juan said something, then the people at Whitefish were like, well, we're here on the ground fixing your grids. Can't you be grateful? Or some crazy. I don't have time for it today. Not today. Rainbow paint job to cheer up people in Kabul. So they talking about like painting the houses, or the imagery was like a mountainside and the houses were painted like yellow and light blue and purple, like, you know, a lavender color. Okay. Creating low-cost luxury modular homes. The Americans who can't read, it was talking about how literacy in the United States is less. We have become less literate as a country. And I think that it said we are at the bottom of the literacy scale for developed countries. But you know what it reminded me of, one of the things that really impressed me or surprised me about Cuba was that before the Cuban Revolution, literacy was like really, really low. And after the Cuban Revolution, literacy was like at 99%. And that there was a campaign where people in the city, students went out into the countryside and they worked with people in the countryside by day, like worked on the farms or helped whatever in the community. And then at night they taught people to read. And that the people were like, basically like, we ain't worried about no America. We're literate. We can read and we can think and we can analyze. And I think when you see literacy rates going up, people's confidence and people's ability to be bamboozled goes down. In America, we see literacy rates going down. So maybe our confidence as a country has not gone down, but our ability to be bamboozled has perhaps gone up. What do you think? I mean, I'm just wondering. It's just a theory. Plane tries to land in Austria storm and takes off again. They have air traffic controllers, or the air traffic controllers were wrong. They're like, oh yeah, you can go ahead and land. And the people were like, no, keep going. Don't try to land here now. It's not safe. Brazil, Amazon, troops deployed after attack on federal buildings. I think these buildings were burned down and they think that it's some like native people who did it. Like, y'all, we gonna fight back. We resist. We don't accept whatever the bull is you selling and pushing. No. Phone technology creates a cash lifeline for refugees in Uganda. Chimpanzees among 33 breeds selected for special protection. Is this the cheap solution to Nairobi's housing crisis? It is container homes. You know, this small home craze. I paid attention to container homes, and I think they've been, they've been fascinating. But Nazi and Asari, that was an interesting little story. Saudi Arabia's standoff with Qatar could sink the Gulf region into a recession. So again, Qatar is the nation that has Al Jazeera News, and it seems like it's Saudi Arabia's main beef that they want Qatar to stop Al Jazeera News, because Al Jazeera News seems like it does relatively progressive international news. What beef y'all got with Al Jazeera? I mean, it just looks fishy to me. I don't really know what's really going on. Oakland City Thunder's plane had a mid-air collision with something that left an enormous dent in the nose. Now, I guess that the Oakland City Thunder, is that some kind of athletic team? I don't know. But the dent in the nose of the plane looked really, really big. They're like, oh, it was a bird. It looked like a bowling ball hit that thing. I mean, I was like, what kind of collision did they have? Asia now has more billionaires than the U.S. Crushing an egg into your coffee sounds disgusting. I'm not a coffee drinker anyway, but yeah, it does. But it makes an amazing tasting drink. It makes an amazing tasting drink. Inside the best high school in America, they cost $53,000 a year. $53,000 a year for a high school. Wow. McDonald's gave up on winning the two biggest battles in fast food, and business is exploding. I think they're like, we want to be fast, but we don't have to be the fastest, and we want to be cheap, but we don't have to be the cheapest. And they focusing on some other stuff. Because, I mean, you can only get so cheap. And the quality, I mean, who go to McDonald's anyway? When I was on the road the last time I went to McDonald's, I don't know when the last time is I went to McDonald's, because when they came out with 24-hour breakfast, I'm like, oh, I never go to McDonald's, but maybe I'll go to McDonald's and get the 24-hour, the Egg McMuffin with no Canadian bacon. I used to get that years ago. But it's been like, how long have they come out with? Has it been 6 months, a year? And so I finally got the Egg McMuffin. I ain't missing nothing. That's why I ain't rush out to get it, even though I thought, I'm going to rush out and get it. Why, Angela, would you rush out to McDonald's? China refuses to admit it has a rape problem, and I would know. So basically, China's position, if I can, lump a whole country together as a monolith, is that rape is a Western problem. We have culture and we have a society. We don't go for no rape. And this person is like, I was raped in China. China is a patriarchal society. Women get raped in patriarchal societies. I don't think it's just, she might not even just say patriarchal, but I mean, when people, yeah, I don't think it's like, yeah, I don't know. Papua New Guinea subsistence farmers fight back against foreign corporate land grab. Subsistence farmers. So they basically live on, they ain't trying to make a whole bunch of money, or they ain't making a whole bunch of money. They just make enough, get enough food off the land to eat and survive. But they're fighting back. I can't remember how they're fighting back. It's just been a couple of days since I pulled this article. But I'm always on the side of people who are fighting for human dignity and justice. Every major gun control bill proposed since Las Vegas massacre is losing ground in Congress. Somalia, Mogadishu explosions rock capital. China is churning out a new billionaire every 5 days. Do you think this is connected with so much China connection with Africa? Like, just like how Europe underdeveloped Africa and used our resources and people to become wealthy, is China now doing the same thing? I mean, I'm just wondering, where is all this wealth coming from? An analyst downgraded Chipotle for paying its workers too much, and it tells you everything wrong with the economy right now. You pay your workers too much. Boo, you're a bad company, says the analyst who's telling people you're a bad company for people to invest in because they pay their workers too much. Their workers may be able to eat and have a place to live. God forbid. That's what I got for you at this moment. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we got from opening to closing. I'm Angela and the channel is Be Fabulous You. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all those other great things. We're still working on 200 subscribers. I'm sorry that I have been away. I have been busy, assistant directing a show. I traveled for a funeral. I spent some time with family. Just a lot going on, a lot of life going on. I got a little bit sick with a cold when I got back. So, you know, it's sometimes you start to feel overwhelmed, like I'm so far behind, I'll never catch up. But we gonna catch up. We gonna move forward. We gonna catch up and or move forward. But today is the best day ever. You are number one. You are the greatest. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you.